Well, that works out pretty good. I get a rebuttal time. Actually, Al is a pretty good mentor, and he has been somebody that I've been able to follow closely as I moved into this position. I'd like to thank you all for allowing us to be here. The Cracker Barrel, I think, is important to the community. I think it's important for us to be accessible. I think the Aberdeen Area Chamber of Commerce, under the leadership of Dale Oaks, has done a tremendous job. They continue to do a tremendous job for the city of Aberdeen. There might be other people that wouldn't say this, but I think having Dakota Free Press here and the things that they do are important. It is always good to hear the other side of an issue. You know, even if I'm on the other side of the issue, I still think it's important that we talk about things. And it's good to have Dakota Broadcasting here, the American News is here, so the things that we say and do here, people are listening and people are looking, so we want to make sure that we're doing things correctly. My biggest issue that I still have out there, I'm going to go through some of the things that I worked on, is Medicare and nursing homes. I think that we need to do something this year, all right? We need to do something now, and we've had a couple different things come through. Kristi Noem has, the governor, has something in her budget for $5 million for innovative things for the nursing home programs. And I know that we had Stephen, who isn't here today, one of our other legislators from District 1, he wanted to have $8 million for the nursing homes directly, and that was killed, all right? And I don't know why we don't understand that we have three really important things that we need to work on, and one of them Al just covered, which was juvenile justice. We need to take care of our youth. The other one is our elderly. We need to take care of our elderly, and then we also need to take care of our community service providers, things like Aspire. Those are things that are really, really important. So I thought I'd throw that out there. And I'm going to just go through these real quick. This is my method of keeping track of things. But I just had a bill that was approved by the House called vaping. And basically, I've heard all kinds of things what it is, but I can tell you what it is rather than tell you what it isn't. What it is it's a bill that's going to allow us to move vaping into the same category as tobacco as far as the Clean Indoor Air Act. And what that means is if I go into a restaurant and I can't smoke a cigarette, that would mean I can't vape there. And is vaping an issue? It's a big issue in our schools. I visited with Becky Guffin. She said it's an issue. You don't like to admit that you have problems in a school. You like to just tell about the good things. But I also talked to the people at Roncalli, and I talked to the principals over in Watertown. I think there were 30 of them there at that time, and each one of them said that that's an issue. An issue that Drew and I and Al had visited with a local person on was a meat, and they were looking at fake meat, and we're talking about that. And we're talking about COOL, which is the country of origin labeling. As far as the juvenile justice, we have not quit on that. We're working hard on that. Candidate for office, a little bit later you want to ask Al about the candidate for office bill because he can explain it better. I actually introduced a national cannabis bank, and it didn't go that far, but it's really, you know, it may not be the world's greatest idea, but it is something, because if we can legitimize the cash handling process of the cannabis locations throughout America, we could actually have another big thing. We are the number one. We are the number one area for, thank you, Gail, for banking and trust here in South Dakota. But I also did something for one of my people, a constituent, on food posting on doors. That didn't make it through, but it was fun to try. And Al and I worked on one on the big bridge improvement grant, and basically they don't want us to spend the money, so we weren't able to get to where we want to go. And then Drew and I worked on a bill for somebody that ran against us, Justin Rummick, and it's a poker bill, and we hit some obstacles on that, so that didn't make it through. But everything that we do doesn't make it through. The one that did make it through was the E30. We did a HCR resolution 1001, which means it was right at the beginning. and it was approved by both the Senate and the House, and actually gave the actual document to Christie, or to Governor Nome, and she said, boy, that is really nice. She says, I'm going to frame that and keep it. And I also gave one to the leader at the Glacier Energy. They thought that was really good too. But we have lots of things we're working on. I have one more thing to say, and then I'm going to sit down, and that is, I have 2 only of these. I could auction them off, but I won't. And these are from the South Dakota Inaugural Ball. If you would like one of those, there are 2 here. Now, if you don't want one, I'll end up taking them home. And then this one here has world famous Donald Trump and his wife in a calendar. Now, you can like him or you can dislike him. I'm not into that, but I have 2 calendars and they're free if you want them. My name is Carl Perry. I'm District 3 House of Representative, and I represent you. Thank you very much.